wonderful good evening, a good day, or whatever time it might be on your end. We're going to create together a new saga. Well, the Broken Lands is a new project that I want to create in Dwarf Fortress, and we're going to create the world together and hopefully set up the first fortress. So, I had a very spontaneous idea on my mind when I thought about this project, and I want to create a world that is as torn and riven and bad off as possible, with lots of civilizations, lots of anger, strife, and turmoil. Basically, a little bit of a more sophisticated version of my World at War project, which was honestly not working that well, so I probably will not continue it for a while, but this will be continued for the next time being with long play sessions on the stream, because I can't maintain the old format anymore. I beg the forgiveness, but we're going to have some fun here anyways. So let's see. I wanted to do some world creation because world creation is a topic that often receives a ton of questions, and then I'm like, I need to show. And that's what we're going to try today. So let's make this world as inhospitable as possible and give this thing a seed first. Broken Lands. There we go. Hey there, poet. Happy to see you. There we go. Because I felt like I can't let it stand that I have no ongoing gameplay session of Dwarf Fortress. I felt like something in myself was growing lonely, and Okay, low, more minerals. 100,000 is the worst off. We are going to go 90k. I don't want to go... well, let's go 95k. Alright? Really horrible. So, beast caves. So that is something that we can manipulate to make our world a little bit less comfortable. So let's crank that up to some comfortable numbers. Okay, I don't want to change the ratings when we get attacked. So, number of demon types. Hit me. So these would only really have bigger impact on the adventure mode. Werebeast, we'll leave it as that is. Secrets. Evilness. Since I don't intend to play too much on evil lands, that's not what I'm going to do here. Let's leave it like that for now. See what I can do. Probably not gonna be the last setup for this year. Number of civilizations. I want this count to be maybe not 150. Let's make 120. That's really too many already. Way too many. Probably gonna not be generating a proper world with that, but we will try it nevertheless. Okay, let's give that one a save. And here we go. We have a seed used. This means this world has a fixed look, and we're going to go for a generation of 100 years. Maybe only 50. Let's see how that'll work out or not. Okay, let's create that world and see what that'll do for me. Ooh, that's entirely unmodded this time. Whatever. Let's see if that'll work out. This world will be extremely poor and extremely overpopulated. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. Yeah, already again rejected. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is actually going to be working out. World Gen has a couple of things that wants to have realized, and I think there's a likelihood that I need to lower the amount of civilizations, but I wanted to give it a spin with a number that I found to be cool. But as you see here, it doesn't mean that we're not, that it is unable to get a world. I mean, the rejection happened at one instance, almost where we hit the bottom line of the of everything. So maybe too many civilizations, huh? Flanzer, hi there. Welcome. Yes! I got one. So sometimes, you know, you have to lead the world generation gently to its limits to get some fun things. The problem is the world generator is a very sensitive tool. If you nudge a few things too far, everything blows to pieces. I'm still a little bit afraid of if this is still really going to be a world that we can play, but it will be a very interesting world. So the goal for the Broken Land saga will be pretty obvious and easy. I want to create safe havens in this war-torn world, and since we're playing in extreme poverty, we'll see what we can do there. But I want some nice building projects and see what we can do. It's been a while, and I feel like building fortresses again. So and I hope you all had a fine Mother's Day. I did my best to make my wife a nice day. I think I did a good job. But you need to ask her, of course. So, hey Biz, hi there. And Stray Vertex. Some Eurists content, exactly. Okay. So that looks already pretty promising. I did expect to take longer for the world creation. Look at me. Only 22 rejected worlds. Boom. So we're going to rename that world, obviously. Oh, I can't name it just like I want to. I have to do some weird things like that. Groovy. So broken. Lands. Let's see if that works. There we go. That's not what I want. Can we take it like that? No, of course not. Broken of lands. Yeah, right. I beg. We're going to go with Tedar. Tedar, the Broken Lands. It's okay. I think it's still better than the Eternal Plains. It will also show up in my save file folder in a way that I will recognize it. It's also very valuable. The extreme riches are tuned down because I lowered the mineral wealth of this world massively. Magic material tier list. Ooh, okay. Thanks, Weeb. I got you. That's a very fine request. Thank you. Hello there, mister. So we're saving the world, and then we're firing it up, and seeing what kind of civilizations are living there. I mean, we must have a bajillion of different civilizations to select from. I have managed to grow 128 on this one. So I'm very, very open to take the story of the Broken Lands saga into any direction that emerges out of the story. You know, artifact theft, for example, is a wonderful excuse to make war. Just saying. There will be almost no gems and ores across the world. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. The places where gems and ores are will be very, very scarce and valuable. The contingent books, an almost extinct nation of with one. I have a weak spot for these. The Hames of Hushing, the Relic of Angishing, the Smooth Castle. They look. They do feel like they're something already pretentious. The Flax of Bristling. They're not really well off. Well, I do stream as well. Yes, yes. The Perfect Ship. The Uncommon Orb. The Manor of Fortunes. The Sculpted Crypt. They're actually quite successful. The Goth Dwarfs are at it again. The Rooms of Men. Okay, so that's a hard decision. I love to hear that. Foundry is a nice game. I need to get a little bit more into it as well, but I didn't manage to the last few days. I've been very busy, you see. So I am very, very inclined to go for the Flax of Bristling and give them some comeback, or the contingent books. So what'll it be? Books or flags? Southern terrain or northern terrain? I mean, it's basically only the question where we go first, because, you know, I can't play both. The Smooth Castle. I don't want to play these because they're already well off. I want to play alongside of a civilization that is in trouble. So if we want to go with that one, for the Queen, Ketten Wire Palm. So I feel like I'm going to go with the flags. So let's see. We definitely want no heavy aquifer because I really don't feel like going that way. It's just flippin' annoying. A civilization that is at the verge of destruction. Let's see if we can find them some iron that would make their life definitely a better one. I also want to stay somewhat narratively close to their options. You see, I don't want to found a fortress now on this place here. This would make almost no sense. We have even islands here that are not connected to anything. But I feel like this place here, for example, would make sense that the folks here would make themselves a new home down there. What do you guys think? This is looking good, don't you? So, all right. So let's check out the environs we got here. This looks not good. Haunted. Necromant. Necromancer Tower. We're not going to go there. So, silver, lead. I ordered iron. So where's the iron, guys? That's silver and lead. The iron is down below the ocean. Ooh. That surely would make an interesting fortress. We can't settle down there. That's just not possible. Let's check on out then if we can make something happen with copper. Copper is also workable with. Because it has to be in the vicinity of these guys, obviously. Whoa! Copper is really, really abundant in these plains. So we got here a body of the continent, which clearly is overflowing with copper. So what's that weird structure back there? Something I need to be worried about yet again? A mysterious dungeon. What could possibly go wrong? So yeah, we could set up ourselves here for it. But here again, where's the copper, Jim? Promised me copper. Here. There's not much of it either here. So this one, this looks good. The Ocean of Luxuries. Pfft. Comes with a fancy name already. So yeah, I think we are going to settle down at the Ocean of Luxuries. What do you guys think? I really like that one. An Ocean Fortress is always something I love to play, and let's do this. This looks like an interesting tile. It's also Untamed Wilds. That means we're going to have some fun with the local animals. Hell yeah. So, what do we have here? Salt water. Very difficult to survive. Light aquifer. Savage area. Yes, okay. Nothing I need to be really worried about. But I like to read carefully here. Speaking about carefully, I don't want to go and prepare carefully. Forgive me. I just I like to press play now. And I like the standard starting setup. Not gonna lie, I actually do. So, lashed amazed. I'm more rolling with Mangados, but whatever, you guys. So, there's the ocean. There's us. There's obsidian on the coast. Fancy. There is a pond. This means we're sitting on a volcanic tile. I have so long been waiting for such an opportunity. Anyways, so I instantly want to do something with that. This is an old volcano crater, isn't it? Man, Dwarf Fortress. This game, you see, randomly generated a. Yeah, this is okay. This place already has something going for it. I really feel like I want to build a fortress above this thing. You see, above the crater. And then we're going to drop goblins into the crater. Yeah, things are escalating quickly here. I like it. So we got some timber. Let's see what beasts we got. Albatross. It's pretty thievy, isn't it? So I have a decent custom loadout, yeah, but honestly the standard embarkation is really good. It has a little bit of everything. You don't need more than that, in all honesty. I would have set up something better, but it's hard. Anyways, so the question I got is, do I want to dig right here into the loam, or do I want to go downstairs? I roll with the other one. Okay, let's go for these standard setups here. We need extra miners. We need planters and plant gatherers being exclusive jobs. We need the kitchen to stop wasting our plump helmets. We need the kids to stop working, and we need to stop wasting the harvests and claim other dead. Stop wasting. I've heard that you can save and load these things or down here, but I never tried around with it. I got so used to the back and forth. that I now have trouble learning a new way. It's terrible. Okay, so we're going to go with this. We're going to make this later a pasture or something like that. For starters, I want to have a room where I can drop my belongings. You see. Let's make it nice looking. Hey there, Space Pants. This is not only a pond, this is a former volcano crater, if you ask me, because it's going so deep and it has obsidian. So I strongly assume that this once was a volcanic region. I didn't know that the world generator of this game can do stuff like that. Maybe I'm misreading it too. Who knows? Certainly not me. Oh, this is... yeah, okay. Trees above there are a bit of a downer. Okay, whatever. Shouldn't have dug it like that. I just instantly... I instantly got regrets here, but whatever. Maybe we make it a surface farm one day. That would work. So, but for today, I want this to be just the stockpile zone where we drop all the things from the wagon so the local animals can't steal it anymore. And people stop giving me the chills about standing so close to the ocean. It's just really scaring the hell out of me. Alright. I wouldn't say the Addams brothers are necessarily into geology. They are into realism. That is bringing in a delightful amount of interesting problems. Okay, so we got most of this. Let's give these trees in front of their whack. And let's see, nothing worse than the albatrosses has appeared so far. Good. Very good. So, I think I will set up a preliminary home somewhere else, though. We really don't want to get ourselves the whole work to get this place here set up before our time. I don't know. Okay, so a starter's pioneer settlement that we're going to use to set up the actual fortress. Sounds like a good plan to me. We're going to go and dig the start for that here. There should be aquiferous rock on the way, but we'll see about that. So, we haven't hit any aquiferous area yet. What a relief. And rhyolite. Congratulations, Jurist. We hit stone. Even before we hit any aquiferous area. Nice, nice. Okay. So that means I can set up my whole workshop starter in this area here. What a lucky coincidence. Usually I had more problems, but whatever. So I certainly don't want to mutter. So we're going to set up the Pioneer's home in this area here. Probably not here, though. Well, we'll see about that. Okay. So the whole place will go into this direction to begin with. So we're going to set it up like there. Make a nice meeting place. And then we are going to work on our food supply. So people don't starve and all. obsidian right off the bat. Nice, nice. So definitely want to do something with water on this fort. Comes pretty obvious, doesn't it? So let's make our meeting area downstairs here. There's a clear and obvious purpose behind that. If you don't have a meeting area, your people will hang out at the wagon, and this is not necessarily the best hangout, safety-wise. So now they go down. And we should also deconstruct the wagon. Set up for the time being a pasture. Don't like it to be out like that, but the grazers needed. There we go. And let's see. Pioneer's Home will also have a few starter workshops. Let's make this happen here. I like the idea of a couple of workshops happening in this area here. Nothing too heavily industrialized, you see. Just a couple of humble beginnings. Let's make them fancy. The longer I play this game, the more I go off on intricate little detailed designs, you see. I don't know. I think this is what this game's really about for me. So, there we go. Camera will be back in a few minutes. Alright, we're going to make the necessary workshops in this area here. Just the starters. We're going to make the carpenter, the stoneworker, the craftsdwarf, and I forgot which one. Alright. So, stoneworker. Carpenter. There's one. Ah, yeah, the mechanic. And I like to have a mechanic to start with, too. Okay. So, now we are able to produce the most important things, and we're going to take our way through here. So things are connected. And we're going to go for a little bit of a storage here. There it goes. Just want to store some stone and lumber down there. And probably some finished products too, but nothing too big. Like I initially said, I want to have this cozy pioneer's home look behind this. So let's indulge ourselves a little bit in circle shapes and then make some storage areas happen down there. And while we're at it, we're gonna be ordering a rock throne. Well, let's make 2 of these. And then we're going to make ourselves the offices. I mean, I know that I can't just drop a chair down on the ground, but it's quite boring that way. Why does my playlist go, whenever I call it to go for random selection, it accurately goes for the very last track, which is only ambient sound for an hour, and also the whole playlist will kill itself once that track is played through. It does that so often when I go for random selection. It is almost like black magic. But sadly, I have to work with the playlist because for some odd reason my game's in-game music is broken since a couple of years by now. I don't know how the hell to fix it. Nobody knows. Game's music is activated and all, but it just never plays music. I have verified data integrity. I've done all the things I could. Nothing helped. Never ever. It's very, very wild and weird situation. Alright. So, we got ourselves some chairs. Oh, we need some doors, too. And one chair of obsidian and one chair of rhyolite. The black throne surely looks pretty badass, doesn't it? Okay. There we go. I let the music run in the background via a YouTube playlist. Nothing more sophisticated. So, let's get some rhyolite here stored. And some obsidian. This is not optimal. Far from that. But, yeah. It'll still give the area up here. Oh yeah, I need to stop them from storing these. There we go. So that should do the trick. Some unnecessary hauling happened, but yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure that we got the necessary production and all as quick as possible. So this is for the bookkeeper and this is for the manager. Okay. Perfect. Automation achieved. Now we can order things. Okay, where do we create our food? I mean, I want to do a real farm, probably as quick as possible. But, oh, it's all salt water. Yeah, we are going to go. How about that? Yeah, we're going to go for some primitive farming first, because it's just... I don't feel like going for the mental gymnastics now to make this happen. Before I set up some else, some different area for the food production. We're going to go and make this here our starting area. Only aesthetic reasons, Bez. Nothing besides that. Here in Dwarf Fortress, you can just pretty much decide for yourself how you want to build. After sowing so many fortresses, I just started to build a little bit more for certain looks. Just because, you know, it's boring to do always the same things at the end of the day. It's really a lot about that. So let's set up our food production. A farmer's workshop. A kitchen. A fishery. A still. And a tanner and a butcher. This will give us the most important things to get our business started with. So I will set up some farm plots here. Something like that. And to store things here. Okay, let's store seed material here. There. And exclude the foodstuffs from here. I'm slowly destroying that stockpile there, as you see. It's my favorite strategy of getting the problems resolved. And here we're going to go and exclude that. Okay. Slowly our friends here are lashed amazed are getting some proper fortress here. Most of them are sleeping right now. Okay. So let's give our friends here a temple. Because I really want to see what kind of gods they revere. And then we're going to order some stuff here. The most basic things. Rock pots. Brew, drink from fruit, brew, drink from plant, simple meals. No, not simple meals, easy meals? Easy meals, it's called here. Okay, so rock pot until we have 10 of them, drinks until we have a total of 300 of them. And meals until we have 50 of them. That's more than enough. You need way less meals than booze. Dwarves. Dwarven cuisine. Okay. With this kind of setup, we're going to create containers for the alcohol. And brew whatever is available away. Eventually my planter will also start building those farm plots. So let's create ourselves a temple here. So what do we have? A god of war, a god of discipline and order, god of dusk, god of boundaries, god of animals, rain and thunder, god of death, disease and blight, jewels and writing, wealth, mountain, volcanoes and earth, and fortresses. Yeah, I would call them a relatively balanced bunch. I've seen worse. I've seen way, way worse. Okay. Nice so far. We still need a place where those folks can sleep at. I still need somebody making those fields, but whatever. It is like that. In the early phase of the game, you always have way more work than you have people actually capable of doing things. Cave lobster biscuits. There you have it. And we're making booze. Very, very important. I guess that's also the reason why the what's it called? Fields are not being made. Well, we're going to go for starters now for a temple that has no specific god, because I want to have temples for the gods when we have the room for that. The specific gods for whatever. Temples for whatever gods. That's more like it. Okay, let's make beds. And... ah, well. Let's go for a storage area. Don't mind me making weird shapes here. Okay. This little place is coming together quite nicely. Drink 160. That's a very, very nice number. Alright, this is where I want to store all the produced furniture and such. And once these things are somewhat set up and running, I want to go for some exploration. Yeah. Oh, my miners are still so slow. We are finding a little bit of rose quartz here and there. Tiny bits and bobs. Okay. We're gonna be needing a proper storage area somewhere down the road. But, yeah. For now, this is where our furniture will be at. It's a start. And it's looking not completely catastrophically wrong. So by now I can remove the stockpile. Whatever is lying in here will be later transferred to the respective stockpiles. Okay. Dwarven rum biscuits. The rum is yum. Sorry. I will stop eventually with these things. My brain is sometimes like that to me. Okay, so let's make ourselves a place where our brave starter folks can have a nap. There we go. Time for the doors. So, we don't really have that much variance between the stone types, but I do like the rhyolite colored ones more. Alright. And from this little outpost from out We're going to make this place here a bustling metropolis. I love this crater. It's such a cool place. Let's see what we can make happen here. This is one of the things I really love about this game, that there's always something exciting happening on the maps that I'm playing on. So let's make this a humble abode. Stone cutter. Yeah, let's give this job to the mace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's okay. Definitely don't want to make the dormitory larger than that. Okay. This will take a while to get it done like that, because I just put the orders on one specific person that's probably not always available, but it's fine. I want to give these XP to somebody. All right. And the future plan for the Broken Land saga is simply, I will do these streams as often as I can. I can't promise a daily routine like I did in the past, because it just didn't lead me anywhere economically, and very sorry about that, but I need to make my ends meet somehow. Should you understand? Yeah, but I will make my best to make the shows here happen as often as I can, in a long play fashion. So, place to sleep. Check. It's better than nothing. Alright, it's only a matter of time until the next few folks will hit town. So, let's make that smoothing an entire big job here. It is some extra work, but the people sleeping in here will enjoy their time more if the room is fully smoothed out. It's just a little bit of a increase, but well, being a role player at heart, it really matters to me more out of a roleplay perspective than anything else. Alright, let's go for some forage here. Foraged plants can be transformed into booze as well, and this is how we're going to go through this until we have a proper irrigation running. Okay, so with everything like this being so well set up, let's go for some exploratory run. I like the idea of that. We're going to dig our way downstairs here. I held left shift to go downstairs 10 levels. I want to know what's there. What percentage of my viewers are from the USA? Something between 25 to 30%, depending on the topics. Oh, that was my temple. Okay, whatever. Everything is fixable. I didn't expect that we were already that far. But the good part is we have now a nice little area here, but we can't use like that. Let's make something out of that. Rock block jobs twice. And Rhyolite. Obsidian. So, just a small batch. I don't want to bind my workers too hard on these jobs, but a couple of blocks, because I realized I will make a bit of a stairwell out of that. And we're going to use this area. Okay, back to the actual area, and let's do a little bit more pre-checking. Here we go. So now we're going to do the exploration. Just want to see where the caverns are at. Copper! Nice. So that place already paid out. Okay, so I definitely don't want to dig here further, because this has been already proven to be a really valuable place. And we're going to go 30 levels deep here. I do these probing stairwells far away from my colony, usually. That one was an accident. Because I don't want the caverns leak into the rest of my fort. Let's see if we directly go into more copper. There's more copper. Wow. Nice. Okay. Was that tetrahedrite? Nice. So we got silver and copper. Not the worst. Granite and more tetrahedrite. Tell you what, 20 more. They promised me a aquifer. Clean water is only something for ill dwarves. Healthy dwarves drink booze. Jeez. That's quartzite? Okay. Come on, 20 more jurists. You're on a roll right now. While you're on a roll, go deeper, jurist. I don't know. Just want to uncover the caverns as quick as I can. I want underground pastures as quick as possible. The good news is I have already found a lot of metal. Given the mineral scarcity that I configured for this world, I deem myself really lucky for this fort already. Gabbro. I am pretty convinced that we successfully missed most of the caverns already, and it's only a matter of time until we hit the magma ocean here. Minus 71, man. Ah well, but we're going to pull it through, right? Let's go 20 deeper. Come on, Jurist. It's nice and warm down there. I mean, a tier 3 of the caverns would already do me also a favor, so I keep going, even if we are overshooting our goal right now. Probably. It's not what I want to see, though. Alright. It's one of these worlds, huh? Oh boy. So... It goes 20 deeper. Let's keep going for now. There's nothing we can lose by this. Worst case scenario, we hit the magma ocean. Hi, Bruno. Love to hear that people in Brazil are also watching me. Greetings from Germany. It's the dead of the night over here. It's a short moment after midnight. Okay. Gemstone, if not anything else. More gemstone. Whew. Well, okay. Give me a sec, guys. So, had to check. My dearest had a little bit of a disturbance with her sleep. And while I'm working, it's always something like, I want to know. Okay, guys, so Tier 1. This is actually Tier 1 of the caverns. We did the... How deep? Oh gosh, it's one of those again. I've had these already. So, step 1, we're going to delete those jobs here. And that is, again, a case...
Do you have monsters or what?
Huh? Monsters?
No.
No, it's just caverns.
No glasses.
She's seeing monsters. No, that's tier
Yellow
1.
ones.
Tier 1 caverns. Let's see. We will have... My city sits on -4. I had to dig down 100 levels before we hit the caverns. That's a lot of stone, guys. That is actually some really, really good news. Because that means we can dig the whole area upstairs like we want to. And don't be afraid at all to accidentally hit caverns. Because most likely... The 90 layers above me are massively solid rock. I gotta say, I deem myself particularly lucky on that one. So let's make a floorboard happen on this one. Because I want to seal it off. Don't want no flying bats crawl into my fortress. I'm not wording anymore. Wow, that's some flippin' deep caverns. It's not the first time that I have super deep caverns, so you never know. But 90 level deep, that's I don't know if my previous record was that deep. Anyways, so that means this tunnel here is an excellent mine, and the other area here, we don't need to worry about it being dangerous or anything. We can keep that as an entrance to the surface, maybe. So, let's see how that'll work on out. Why is nobody making those fields? Did it happen again, huh? Sometimes, farm plot job never gets done. It's a rare occurrence that jobs also get kind of like corrupted, but I think this time it's not the case. It's just the farmer being overburdened, which is pretty interesting because the farmer is also ready to go immediately foraging if I order him to. It's also a thing. Okay, so let's make this our new pasture. There we go. We can then close it off with walls, secure it with traps, connect it to the rest of the fort. Lots of good things. Okay. That is so far a good start. New people are arriving. Okay. So. Let's have a look on the folks living here. I always like to do this after a while. So, our dear esteemed expedition leader, Ustooth Hammerfocus. She is praying right now. Let's see. She cracks her knuckles when she's bored. Personally deeply respects skill at arms. Disgusted by romance. Okay. Copper. She likes copper. Came to the right spot, didn't she? Oh. Nice. Armor stands, high boots, ballista parts. Llamas for their long necks. We need to get ourselves some llamas if we don't have some already. We don't. We should get some llama. Okay. That means I can safely connect these parts. No need for a wrong sense of insecurity here. I like that. I like that. This gives me the opportunity to dig out a lot of material, a lot of ore, and a lot of gemstone. I want to start on out with the gemstone here because it is soon trading time. And that'll help us out. There we go. I want to roleplay in this world that creating valuable things is very important because you see broken lands and such. So I will do sort of an artificial economy focus on these fortresses. I do know that the game does not really bother doing too much here originally, but I like the idea of giving some roleplay purpose into these things. Surely appreciate it. So let's see how this place goes. How far does the copper vein go? It's always a very, very interesting question. Then we need more forage, or more booze. Then why is this not being made? Yeah, at the beginning of the game it's often like that. Oh, marble! That you have problems with the amount of workers. Although I'm still very, very confused that the farms are not being built. I've had that several times over the course of several save files and I never fully understood why sometimes farms just never get built. Alrighty. Here's marble. Nice. Obsidian and marble. They make a really nice contrastful interior, don't you agree? But my dear folks, it's sort of a problem if we don't get our farm plots down. We do need them. Weird. Let's give the job. Yeah, for some reason, the construction job was not possible to be done by my farmer. That is odd. Let's see. Because if I am not mistaken, they should be able to do the planting either way. Okay. Let's see. There should be something planted here eventually. So, no barrels, I heard. But yeah, there you got it. Planting, no props. Making farm plots, no chance. Why? Don't know. Well, whatever. So guys, rock tables and rock chair. Oh no, thrones, I'm sorry. So I want a suite of obsidian dinaware. There we go. The nice part about obsidian is that it has a really nice value. Simeon, hi there. And a high innate value, that's really a good thing. Alright. I do like how the Pioneers' Quarter came together so far. So let's keep going. Let's make sure we got a little bit of a roundabout going here, because I want to make a dining hall and a tavern next. So let's make the dining hall next to the dormitory. Find that quite fitting. And local watering hole should be next door here too. Let's make the room nicely shaped a little bit. A little bit of an irregular shape too, why not? Not make everything so strictly geometric. Okay. With the copper we also got the foundation for our military. Oh, I need to make something happen for money. It's autumn. Autumn always comes so fast. And I always get caught up in making some random nice looking things and forgetting the time. Yes, all these streams will be uploaded and made available. I make this as a this is important, you know, for me. I want that everybody who wants to watch these can do these, because it's you know, to tell the story of these fine young dwarfs. Anyways, I want to get myself a jeweler's workshop down somewhere. Let's make this here. Yeah, I like the idea of that. And then we make this little jeweler's vault happen here. Like the idea of that. And good night, RR. Thanks for dropping on by. So, we're going to make ourselves a jeweler. in that corner. And down there, we're going to store the gemstone. And we're going to make the trade depot happen up here. So, cut gems. Make that like this whenever we have more than 5 rough gems. There we go. This should give me something to sell. We're going to make more sophisticated things with these with the gemstones happen in the long run, but for starters, I always like this as an option to earn me some money. Alright. Then, since we seem to be pretty rich on lumber, let's make some bins happen. And just like that, we have a lively and healthy little fortress running like that, huh? Happy. So there's one last thing that I need to do to truly be happy with this place. And that is a leather and clothing workshop here. And probably a loom. So, hello. Hello, caravan. We have a nice obsidian-looking trade depot. Paper boy! Hello there. So happy to see you. So, let's see. What are we going to order? Llamas? But maybe not today. If we can, some fuel would come in handy. As soon as I find it, that is. Stone. There we go. Let's see. Oh no. Am I blind or is it just not there? Doesn't look like they got coal in any form. No! Neither lignite nor bituminous. Dang it. Yeah. Bring me some raw glass. It's always a good thing to buy. Yeah, we're going to buy the charcoal directly. Or coke. Let's do this like that. It is always wonderful to see you guys, especially the ones that come on back every time. like Paperboy and Joran and you all. It's always so lovely to see you. Okay, then. Let's wait until the gemstones have been cut a little bit more. I don't have much here to sell for now. Ugh. Wish I had started a little bit earlier on that. Ah well. Is what it is now. So, how much product do we have now? Yeah, good enough. A couple of cut gemstones. Oh, I need to assign a broker too. There we go. Always go for the best appraiser, because this gives you a good look at the value of things. The better the appraiser, the better the precision on the prices. But lately I've learned that you can train the the appraisal of your dwarf by letting them trade once and let them go away. So if you actually don't plan to trade, it still pays off to just send your trader there to have a look at the goods, to train them, so to speak. I had no clue. So I have clay here myself. No need, thank you. Llama? Cow cage? Donkey cage? I would have bought the llama, because roleplay. So... anvil. Yes, I want an anvil. And I'd very, very much like to buy their foodstuffs. So we can get ourselves some more drink together. So let's do this. There we go. And these other go as a gift with generosity from Lashed Amazed. Because in my understanding, I always see it as a form of tribute and goodwill towards the mountain home. Alright, so, global settings. No boulders, no logs. There we go. Behave. So, let's make this place. Or, yeah, Rhyolite. What's going on in this fortress? Well, I have a nice oceanside fortress in the making, where we're going to build a... I don't know what, a construction on top of this old flooded volcano crater. My plan is in the long run to make a nice construction on top of that and maybe do something, some throne room where we have a place where we can toss goblin prisoners into their death by tossing them into the old volcano crater or something like that. So, all right, but we are very, very far away from that goal, and new people have arrived. Let's see, Sarvesh, the armorer, Nil, the furnace operator, and Dodok, the woodcrafter. All right. Nice, nice. Yeah, my suspend manager is disabled. Maybe that was also a reason. There we go. So, proper dwarvish dining hall. And we're going to make a small, stockpile zone here, accepting only prepared meals. And it will take its content from here. Okay. So, dear mining dwarves. I want some marble boulders so badly. I love how marble stuff looks like. And, you can't use marble to make steel if you have iron. You don't. So we're going to make marble, take marble to make beautiful things instead. The fishing minigame, non-existent. It's not a minigame. There's just somebody sitting at the border. Or if you're trying to get if you're trying to ask for something else, my brain is not following your intricacy. Alrighty, so 300 drink, 150 plant. This is a very, very good sign here. So, rock coffers. Chests. Out of marble. 10. Thank you. Yeah, my dwarfs should be able to fish on the ocean side. This should be eventually pretty cool. So fish-wise, this should be, as a matter of fact, one of my best fortresses. Once we got it up and running. There we go. Speaking about up and running, this is the local dining hall. And this is going to be the local tavern, Black Edition. It's very valuable for your dwarfs when they have a tavern. That's why we're going to go for that as quick as possible. The fenced dumplings, but it's citizens only. In a world like this, I want to be careful. Alrighty. Yeah, the Pioneer's Quarter is coming along really nicely. It's pretty much done-ish. Hallo. Okay. Gute Besserung, süß. Okay. So, I especially like this this place here. So what's lacking now is a proper area where everybody has their room. Let's make something like that. Let's give these rooms a little bit more character here and there to make sure that it doesn't all look the same. It's to me one of the most unpleasant things in Dwarf Fortress when I make my forts look the same every place. It's really bothering me, very, very much so. Killer whale, thank you. Well, you will catch me more often because I have the plan to do way more streaming. Or, well, I do this because, you know, it's my job and glad to have you. Okay. Yeah, the obsidian blocks for the tavern are not there yet, but the tavern is already a very sought after spot here in the fort. There's no booze, yet people are already vibing in there. So, a chest. Oh yeah. Rock mugs. Totally forgot about that. You need these because without a mug, no jokes, your dwarves will go to a barrel of booze and hang their face right in there to drink out of it, and then they will be unhappy. I wonder why. So half sophisticated dwarves, which actually can use tableware, if you give it to them, that is. Alrighty, so let's see. What kind of stone types are available to us? We could go for some more andesite here. I mean, andesite and marble seem to be prevalent here everywhere. So let's use that. Andesite, that's a pretty nice rock. Because it's very generic. Bear scene, what biome? This coastline biome. Tropical. Up here. If you watch the recording of the stream after this is finished, you can see the world creation where I selected the tile. You can look there a little bit more detailed at the window if you wanted to. It's also a savage tile, so we will have eventually giant animals here. Hopefully. And the highlight of this place will be here. This is, I originally thought it was a pond, but then I noticed it's all obsidian and it's shaped like a volcano crater. And I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be something like a flooded volcano crater. We'll make a castle on top of that, something like that. And on the topmost floor, we'll make a device to toss enemies into the crater. I think I might be even drying the crater, and don't know. I want to fill it with magma. I don't know if I can get that going. It would be a great idea. It would be also a terrible amount of work. Does that really stop me? We'll see. That's a wonderful summary, Chiller. Agitated giant animals. I had once a fortress that was haunted by the pendant to giant houseflies, and they were really vicious. They killed people. For real. That was disgusting. I hated it. Alright. So the logistics of this place are a mess. But I don't know. I don't feel like setting up a proper logistics chain tonight still. Getting a little bit of a headache by now. I'm afraid I can't go that much longer. And I think setting up a good logistics thing is always a nice thing to start a new session with. Anyways. What I can do, though... Unleash the wooden wheelbarrow. That's what we are going to do. Then, we're going to kill some more of them pesky trees. Yuck. Trees. And then, we're going to assign some more storage stockpiles here. Let's make them a little bit less efficient by making them artificially smaller, but also more beautiful. And then we're going to start storing andesite and marble here. Tapioca, I hope so. Currently, Dwarf Fortress challenge is really, really low. So congratulations, you killed yourself on a tree. So you see, things like these, once you know how to deal with the game, things are really easy to survive, unless somebody manages to do something like this. Anyways, we need a mini hospital now. Let's use one of these rooms there. Bed, table. We had our first accident. Great. Not. So, Chief Medical Dwarf. Alright. So, poor old Reg the Weaver. But, biggest issue is we have only salt water here, so I hope that their, hospitalization will not take that long. Well, my biggest problem with the current military and threat gameplay in Dwarf Fortress is you can't cheese pretty much everything. And if you don't, the enemy will cheese you. There's just too many enemies that are basically not fairly beatable right now. So I really hope that this will go both ways. For one, I want enemies that are a little bit smarter, but I also want to have a little bit better, a few better tools. So I really hope that this will not be only making the enemies harder. Because currently web spitters and fire spitters are, I don't know, among the most unfair enemies to face. I can't sugarcoat it. Exactly, Tapioca. Basically, the attempt of the enemy to pass through a locked door of yours, killing your FPS, is a bigger threat than taking the enemy out there. So, that's not good. Dude has infections all over. Reg, I think you're gonna die. But we'll see about that. Everybody does the orderlies. Well, especially new ways and means to kill web spitters and flame spitters, that would be enough already for me. I really only want some methods to deal with the things that currently are just undealable with. You are only capable of dealing with web spitters by locking them in somewhere and then have archers shoot through fortifications until they're dead. Same goes for fire spitters. If you don't, they will just murder entire squadrons of legendary fighters, and I just find that plain out wrong. Exactly, Chiller Whale. Turn them into a web farm. Put a tasty dog on a chain, then slam the door shut behind the thing and transform its new home into a handy web dispenser. Can't blame anybody doing that. It's also fun. Okay, so good old Reg probably will die. They promised me aquifers, got none. I would need to shoot the salt water one level downstairs to make it actually drinkable water. I don't make any jokes here. If the water has fallen down the stair, obviously it's desalinated like that, and yeah, then people can drink it again. But well, maybe Reg is going to be, yeah, hungry and thirsty already. Can't give that poor bloke water if we don't have water. Very sorry for you, Reg. How about we're making you a nice coffin? Fatalistic? No. Just getting ahead of ahead of things. The problem is that wounded dwarves don't drink booze. They're not allowed to, for whatever reason that is. They need to drink water. That's the only circumstance when a dwarf will be drinking water voluntarily, and even only so. But you see, I wanted to give the poor fool at least a chance to survive, because without that, he would have died anyways. So we'll see about that. Problem is that I'm a little bit a few steps away from making a well happen. Making wells is always a little bit of a lengthy chore. Usually not that hard though, if you have an aquifer around. So somewhere here there is aquiferous rock, but I haven't found it yet. Yeah, the diagonal exploit, I am aware of that. You basically break their line of sight and make it impossible, therefore, to shoot the webs preventively. I haven't tried it out yet. I have only read it on Reddit. And yeah. But I personally find it also not really a solution. I mean, it's cool that we can use it, but it still feels rather exploity, don't we agree? I mean, my solution, if I have to deal with web splitters and such, I personally love cave-in traps. Just let the flippin' roof do the work. I think this is the only way to really get through HFS. I wouldn't know how you'd be supposed to do it differently, because there's just too many things going into your face, ripping your people apart. I myself haven't done my trip down there yet. Still want to do. Haven't found time to do so yet. But I only have around 1,000 hours on the game. Just getting started. Poor Reg. Feeling so bad for this guy. Yeah. The lack of aquiferous area here really kicked it down that way. And yeah, the andesite jobs are not really happening. Poor Rich. Don't really have anything I can do for him. Except for, well... I could try something. There we go. Let's hope they don't kill themselves. They do. Wait a sec. Why was there so much water that the pressure filled up my entire fort here. That is not what I intended here. Weird. Okay. Let's see where the last autosave was. I tried to save red. I flooded the fort. So, yeah. I do know what happened there. So, it was quite foolish of me. I can explain. What happened there was I dug a staircase below this thing here. Then, the entire water from here fell down there, which is several stairs, which is several levels high. What happened then was the water pressure put all the water up here, because, you know, if this place here falls down 4 levels, it splashes up 3 levels. It's just how it works. It was my own fault. It's surely quite a fun one, though. No, I didn't open it to the ocean. It was really only the crater here. I was absolutely shocked how much water in there was, but it did behave as if it was connected to the ocean. It was a very, very weird one. The amount of water, you know, the entirety of this place was flooded instantaneously. It felt a little bit wrong. I'm not gonna lie, it felt a little bit off. But whatever. I take this as a nice exit shot for today. We're going to retake that gameplay on the next session. I mean, the good part is Reg will not ever receive their deadly injury. The bad part is I need to retake a part of that again. And since that bothers me always a lot, if I just redo that directly, you surely understand, we're going to retake that on the next session. Alrighty, my guys. Edward Winson. Ah, Factorio. I'm so happy that I was able to help you on Factorio. So, yeah, we're going to continue the Broken Lands next time. I need to take a break from here. I just killed everybody, basically. So, see you all tomorrow and such. And, yeah, thanks for being around. Have a good night, have a good day, whatever might be the case for you.